here with me? How are you guys this morning? You good? You good? All right, we are going to start on our feet. It's turned the other way, don't worry. Thank you. All right, so let's get on our feet and we'll just continue to let people trickle in. It's just the way it goes. But somehow it was raining all night, like really raining all night. And we wake this morning and it's a little wet, but the sky is, look at it. The sky is clearing. I think it's just for us. I do, I think it's just for us. Right. So bring your feet together at the top of the mat. Good morning. Feet are together, the big toes touch. Then bring your hands together, let them touch. Press the palms gently and widen the elbows, widen the chest. If it feels safe and it feels good, go ahead, just close your eyes or at least soften the eyelids so that the gaze is a little bit down and in front of you. By drawing the lids down even just a little bit, we minimize our distraction and we allow ourselves to turn inward. That's really what's happening in this practice. It's an opportunity to detach a little bit from the stirring, the movement of our life, to turn in, to be in relationship with our bodies, to be the witness of our minds. What a better time in the world that we could be doing this on a Saturday morning, right? We have the day ahead of us. And so what do you want this day to be? Right now, think about it. How do you want to be? How do you want to feel on this beautiful Saturday morning? You can create it right here, right now in this park, and then you can carry it. You can be a light for that. You can carry it. And it's important that we start to recognize this. Every single day when we wake up, we have a choice. How do we want to be? Who are we going to be in this world? How are others going to feel around us? What energy is it that we bring forth? So as you move through your practice today, as you breathe and move, I want you to make sure every single breath and every single pose is a gesture of that. So if you find yourself getting aggressive and your goal wasn't to come out of here aggressive, you got to check yourself. And if you're being really kind of soft and gentle, but you came out here to feel empowered, you've got to check yourself. And the goal is for 1 hour to embody our intention, to be it. So be really clear right now. What is it that you want to be today? How is it that you want to be today? And then take a nice big inhale and reach your arms up to the sky as if to offer that up, a gesture. That's it. And then exhale, forward fold, humbly. Let the head down. Then lift halfway. Put your fingertips on your shins so you can push a little bit and get the chest forward. Really lengthen your spine, pull the belly in to support it. Then bend your knees, put your hands down, and step back to plank pose. Yeah, plank pose is interesting. You certainly don't have to look at your feet to do plank pose. Let's keep the spine long. Let's keep the neck long. The neck is part of the spine. Our feet should be about hip distance apart, so it's okay to have a little space between the feet back there, but make your legs strong. Try not to let anything sag or hang. Let's take one more breath in, and then lift the hips high. Don't move your hands or feet, and just come into downward facing dog. That's it. Each pose is a gesture. Every transition, a statement. Our whole yoga practice can actually be like poetry. Our poses are the words, but our transitions, those are the punctuation. Take one more breath right where you are. And then go ahead, look forward, come back into plank pose. Now try to hold the firmness, hold the support of plank, but bend your elbows and lay yourself down onto your belly. It'll feel good to lay it down. And then go ahead into cobra pose. It's a little baby back bend. Keep lengthening your legs behind you and keep your feet on the mat, but you really lift and widen your chest. That's it. Give me one more breath. Is this a gesture of your intention? Are you embodying how you want to be? And then exhale, release and soften. Tuck your toes, pull the belly in, and go back to down dog for just one breath. As you push back, take a deep inhale. And then as you exhale, look at your hands and walk your feet right up to the top of the mat. All right, come halfway up, take a breath. And then fold as you exhale. On the inhale, rise all the way to standing. Push down into the feet as you reach your arms up high to the sky. And then draw it right back into your heart. That's it. Put a little smile on your face. Make sure you're really fully present for your own work. And again, inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Fold in deeply. And then lift it halfway. Fingers on the shins, get support, lengthen. And then go to plank pose. Hands go down, step it back, hold. All right, holding plank, go ahead and lift your right leg from the floor. Just lift your toes off the mat. See if you can keep that right leg active. And then simply put it back down. Lift your left one. See if you can keep it active. Tailbone drawing down, legs straight and strong. You don't have to look at your feet here. You should be looking at the front edge of your mat. Then put your left foot down and lower. Beautiful. Inhale for cobra. And then exhale back into downward facing dog. So your hands don't really have to change positions in any of those transitions. Our hands kind of stay put. Take one more breath here, that's all. And as you exhale, look at your hands. Go ahead and walk your feet right up to the top of the mat. Come halfway up, inhale. Fold deeply on your exhale. And then bend your knees, please. Chair pose. Feet are together. Let the big toes touch, but try not to squeeze your knees too much. So good. You guys look awesome here. Soften the shoulders just a little bit. It will take some of the tension out, but you can still reach pretty fiercely with your arms. And then press through the feet. Keep reaching for the sky. Exhale, bring the hands right back to your heart. Good. Again, inhale, arms reach. Move in and breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on the inhale. Now step the right leg back, stay on your toes, and rise into high crescent lunge. The arms are going to sweep high overhead. And I want you to feel all that upward energy, all of your wanting to go high into the sky, and then take it back a little bit. That's so good. If the back leg is straight, you'll feel a little bit more stable. So you got to get a little more weight into that back leg. There you go. Now, open your arms out like a T and give me a very gentle twist to the left. It doesn't have to be the biggest twist. We're going to do plenty more later. So a gentle twist. Just start to feel the rotation in your spine. That's it. Now keep the right arm forward and bring the left arm forward to meet it. Good. One more inhale, arms reach, and then exhale, flow. Hands to the floor, step back to plank, and lower down slow. Inhale, cobra, and then exhale back into down dog. That was really good. Let's all take a deep breath in, and then on that exhale, go ahead and walk your feet up to the top of the mat. Heat's going to start to come. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, fold. Feet are together, bend your knees, chair pose, Utkatasana. That's it. Just be aware in your own body. If the ribs are poking forward a little bit and the tailbone is sticking out, we want to try to minimize some of that curve in the spine and draw a little bit more action into the core. Take one more breath. Keep reaching for the sky. Come on up. Stretch back if it feels good. And then bring your hands right to the heart. Inhale, arms reach, keep flowing. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway up on the inhale. Now left leg steps back for the lunge. The arms are going to sweep on the inhalation. It's high crescent lunge. And you can be generous with your stance. Like it's okay if you have a really long space between your legs and a wide space between your legs. That's it. Now, all of that idea of like taking the energy upward. Yes, reach for the sky, but lean it back just a touch. And as all of that energy is going upward, bend a little more into that right knee. Feel the up and the down. Find the synchronicity. Find the equanimity. Now, the arms open like a T, and you're going to be gentle. It's your first twist to the right. Go ahead and turn your body. Keep your feet grounded. Keep your hips stable. Belly draws in. And reach out like you mean it in both directions. There you go. Left arm stays forward. Bring the right arm forward to meet it. On your inhale, reach your arms high. And then exhale, flow. Hands go down. Step back lightly. Lower down, nice and slow. Inhale for cobra. And then exhale back into downward facing dog. That's it. The hips are high. Your legs feel strong behind you, and you give a little push from the hands. Let's take one more breath. And then look at your hands. Go ahead, walk your feet right up to the top of the mat. Come halfway up, inhale. Fold deeply, exhale. And you know what's coming. Bend those knees. Chair pose. All right, hands to heart center, sit a little lower. And we're going to take a twist here. Right elbow outside of the left knee. Take the right elbow outside the left knee. It helps a lot if you push your palms together. It helps you feel the midline of the body, and it will help you to broaden the chest. Now I'm going to ask you to do one thing. See if you can drop your hips a touch lower, but lift your chest a little higher. Yes, everyone just lengthened their spine. That was beautiful. Give me one more inhale and use your exhale to twist deeper. Then you can forward fold and let it go. All right, let your head hang for a moment. Take a breath. Remember your intention. Like, what is the work that you're doing today? Who do you want to be? How do you want to feel? We're going to soften our knees, tuck our tailbone and our chin, and I want you to come up slowly. I want you just to emerge up into that. Nicely done. Inhale, let the arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway, inhale, and then fold again, exhale. Bend your knees, please. Chair pose. We're going to twist to the other side, hands to heart center, and the twist goes to the right. Left elbow outside the right knee. Check in. Do you have the same amount of weight in both feet? Can we get the hips to drop a little lower and the chest to rise a little higher? Yeah, I see that you are consciously doing your work. You are deeply developing your relationship with your body. The articulation of the poses is not easy. It takes mindfulness. Drop your hips, yeah. Let's take one more breath and use the exhale to twist a little deeper. And then release. Go ahead into a forward fold. Check in with yourself. Are you where you want to be? Are you treating yourself well? Are you rising to the occasion? And then we soften those knees, tuck the tailbone and the chin, and start to come on up slowly. Yep, stack your spine one vertebra at a time. Lift your chest, widen it by drawing your shoulders back, and then just stand in your power. That's it. Let's move through one more vinyasa. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on the in-breath. Go to plank pose and lower on the same exhale. Inhale for cobra, gently on the spine. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. And now we're going to come into warrior one. Right foot steps up, left foot turns in. Make sure that back foot is flat and rise up, standing strong in your feet. That's it. The chest faces forward, the arms reach for the sky. Are you breathing? That's it. See if you can find the balance of the down and the up. See if you can sink in and reach up to the same degree. Yeah, it's really good. Now, Now, keep your chest tall, keep your head up, but let your arms come down by your sides. I want you to keep the arms straight by your sides and start to fold the chest over the right knee. So just start to lengthen your body forward. That's it. Keep looking forward and keep pressing through that left foot behind you. Now from this position, can you bring your right hip back and your left hip forward? Just square a little bit. That's really, really nice. So I want you to keep those hips a little bit low. Don't be afraid. Go down. Bend the right knee. Drop the hips a little. Right hip back, left hip forward. See if you can square them out just a little more. And then on the inhale, sweep the arms up and rise back up into warrior one. Yeah, just a little bit more torque. Take a breath and then flow it out. Go ahead. Both hands go down. Step back lightly and lower. Inhale through cobra pose and exhale back into downward facing dog. So we move into our warrior on the other side. Left foot steps up, right foot turns in flat. Root down into your feet as you rise, hands to the sky. The back leg is really straight in this pose. The back leg is straight and the front knee is bending. Think about that. Be in your body. You're going to feel the down and the up, and we're going to reach like we mean it. Yeah. Everything is a full expression of your intention. All right, keep the head and chest lifted, but drop your arms by your sides. Start to reach back, and then lower the chest down. Keep grounding that back foot. Yeah, feel the energy in your feet and your legs. See if you can get your right hip forward, your left hip back. Drop down a little more in the tailbone. So don't be afraid to bend that front knee. I still see lots of you with your hips high. Let's be daring right here. Let's see if we can go low. So the front knee bends. The front knee bends. And the hips stay square. And then we rise back up into the most beautiful and full expression. Reach the arms up, inhale, and then go ahead and flow. Hands come down. Step back lightly and lower. Inhale for cobra. And then exhale back, downward facing dog. Nice deep breathing in the down dog. Opportunity to remember. Remember what you came out for. All right, one last breath. And then look at your hands and go ahead and walk your feet right up to the top of the mat. Come halfway up on the in-breath. Fold deeply on the out-breath. And then bend those knees, chair pose. Push through the feet, come on up. Lift your heart high, stretch your hands to the sky, and then bring it right back into heart center. Nicely done. Inhale, the arms reach again. Here we're gonna hook our thumbs together, spread our fingers wide, and just come into some lateral extension, just warming the spine. We haven't really touched our side body, so it should feel really good, right? We're starting to feel a little warmer, but with this side still a little bit stiff, yeah? So let's open up that left side body. Stretch into the rib cage. Ground down through both feet as you reach your arms high, and then return to center and just play with the other side. Just notice what you feel. Let your hips move a little right as your feet ground down. Expanding into the spaces, breathing deeply. And then on your inhale, come back to center and let your arms down for a moment. Let's just pause right here, take a breath. Just notice how you feel. Is the yoga already working? Are you on your way to how you want to feel? Are you already there? It's always important to check in. That's what it is to be a conscious being. We're paying attention. Not swept up in the moment, not carried away in the external circumstance, but really true to ourselves, really focused. All right, we're going to move on. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen, inhale. And go to plank pose, please, and hold it. Stay in plank. Go ahead and lift your right toes. Just lift your leg, keep the leg active. Keep your gaze forward, body feels long. All of the actions of plank still present. And then pull that right knee to the right elbow. Squeeze it tight. And then release it back and lower yourself down slowly. Yeah, heat's coming now. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take one big inhale here, just a really big inhale, and then blow off some steam. Make a sound, let it out. Ah. All right, come back to plank pose. Lift your left toes. No drama here, just actually your strength, your power. The belly is drawn in, the leg is straight behind you. You're pushing the floor away, gazing a little forward. Then draw that left knee to your left elbow. Try to touch. Yep, just do it. Touch it. Squeeze your obliques. Feel it. Good. And then step it back and lower. I like it. You guys are super strong today. Inhale, cobra pose. And exhale, down dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Let's get some weight off of the wrists. Bend those knees 90 degrees. Sweep your arms behind you and gaze forward. No farther than the front of your own mat. Let's stay in our own space. Stay in our own lane. All right. Hips a little lower, chest a little higher, just like we've been doing. I want you to actually feel the muscles, the long muscles on either side of your spine. I want you to feel them engage. It's really important that we keep the back side of the body strong. We get so wrapped up in what we see in the mirror, we forget that we have other parts. Lift your arms a little higher. Start to really feel how strong your back is. That's it. Heart wide open. Open to all of the experience. Now, the arms are higher than your body. Bring them closer together. Clasp them. Take a breath. And then exhale, fold in. Straighten your legs as best as you can. And keep drawing your arms away from your back. The upper back is strong. The strength of the upper back is what's going to open the chest. Now, bend your right knee. You're going to feel a little more stretch in the left leg. Then straighten the right one and bend the left one. Just exploring. Try not to lift your heels. Let your hips be the one thing that moves. Your heels stay flat. Heels stay flat. Yep, the hips are going to move. And then let's soften both of your knees. Release your arms. And one more time, roll it up like that rag doll. Belly in the whole time. A little squeeze on the back of the legs. Feel all of the muscles integrate and support this transition. Good. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on your inhale. Now walk it forward into plank. Take your plank onto the right side. So you're on the edge of your right foot on your right hand and the left arm reaches high to the sky. Start to feel the work in the midsection. Start to lift your core, lift your hips, lift your ribs, turn your gaze up to your left hand. One more breath, and then return to plank. Go ahead, lower down slowly. Inhale for cobra, and then exhale back into downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Take your time, take the weight off of your hands. Inhale, look up. And then take your peace sign fingers. Those are your first two fingers, like peace, man, right? Peace. Two fingers, index, middle finger, and hook them around your big toes. Once you have a good hold on the toes with your fingers, you're going to press the toes down and use your fingers to pull up. Find the balance there of the push and the pull. It helps to put a little of the weight into the toes so you're not so heavy in your heels. And then try pressing the right leg straight. Just see what happens. And then soften it. Try to push the left one straight. See if you can get both legs a little straighter. And let the head down. Surrender the weight of the head. Think about the thighs pushing back away from the belly. Legs pushing back, yeah. All right, give yourself a moment just to feel that. And then on your next inhale, look up, release your toes, Let's soften the knees and again, roll it up like a rag doll. Feel the belly draw in and support the spine the whole way up. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway, look forward, and walk it out to plank pose. Take it onto your left side. The edge of your left foot, the left hand stays down, sweep the right arm up to the sky. Think about energy upward. All of that energy we've been using in the lunges, like reaching up. Lift your hips, lift your chest. Feel your body rising instead of sinking. Take one last breath, and then eyes down, hands down. Lower yourself down slowly. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right. So some of you are quite serious this morning. Some of you are looking playful, like you're looking at me like, okay, when are we going to do the fun stuff? Right? Come forward into plank. Roll onto your right side. You'll be facing left. Now play with that same idea of lifting the left foot. Lift it off the floor. Now we're going to switch sides. We're going to pull the left knee to the belly, pull the left knee into the belly, and then put the left hand down. Switch to the other side. Lift the right arm high to the sky and extend your left leg straight out in front of you. Hold it there. See if you can lift from the inner thigh. And then pull that left leg back through. Return to plank and lower. Yeah, some of you got that. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. It's okay, you'll get it on the other side. Drop to your knees for a sec. Right here, I'm going to do it for you so you can see it. Okay, so we're in plank. We're going to roll to one side. We're going to lift one leg. And then the idea is to pull the knee in so that this leg can pass through. So we're going to switch sides, pass that leg through, and extend. Holding it all in the core, right? And then we just put it back to plank and lower, right? All right, your turn. Let's do it. I love your enthusiasm. Plank pose. Take it to your left side. Reach up high to the sky. Feel that buoyancy. Feel that lift. Right leg lifts away. Draw that right knee to the belly. Pivot switch, right hand down, that's it. Pass the right leg through, try to hold it up. You can put it on the floor if you need to. Make sure you're breathing. Oh, I knew we'd do better on this side. Good, pull the right leg back through, plank pose, and lower. Now we're smiling. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Even if you hate plank, you usually don't hate that. All right. Go ahead, take a knee. I'm going to add one more layer. Okay, so we know what that looked like. We went here, here, we pulled it in and we switched, right? Now we're going to switch again and step behind and go to wild thing. Okay? I'll walk you through it. Plank pose. I don't usually do demos, but that's really helpful if there's a visual on that one because the cueing is quick. Roll to your right side. Side plank, left arm to the sky. Go ahead, lift your left foot away from the right. Left knee to belly, pivot switch. Left hand down, pass the left leg through, breathe. Now, right hand goes back down, take the leg under, and then take it behind you, up and over. Step it down and lift your hips. Step your foot down behind you. Yes. Oh, let your head back. Have some fun with that. Breathe. And then pull yourself together and come into plank. Lower down slowly. Inhale for cobra. And exhale, down dog. You ready for the other side? Go ahead, come into plank pose. Take it into your left side. Lift that right arm high, lift that right leg high, bend the right knee, pivot switch. Right hand down, right leg under, breathe. Hold the leg up, you've got it. And then pass that right leg under, take it up and over behind you, step it to the floor, step it to the floor, yes. Beautiful. Chest open, head back, you guys look beautiful. Pull yourself together, go to plank and lower. That's it. Inhale for cobra, exhale back into downward facing dog. Now you'll gladly walk your hands back to your feet. No more plank series, promise. Bend your knees, roll yourself up slowly. Engaging the core, pressing into the feet, come to standing. Inhale, arms reach. Good, interlace your fingers, bring them right down in front of your face. I want you to be able to see your knuckles. Good, now just make figure eights with your knuckles. It's too loud. That's it. And it's really helpful if you're looking at them because we're going to switch direction. And I can only do it if I'm looking. I don't know about you guys. But it's weird, right? Let all the snap, crackle, pops out of your wrists. And then go ahead and release your hands by your sides. Close your eyes for a moment or just soften the lids. Check in with how you feel. Are you on your way to feeling the way you set out to feel? Are you already there? If you got off track, pull it back in right here, right now, in this moment. All right, we're gonna move. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway on the inhale. Go to plank and lower on the exhalation. Inhale for cobra. And then exhale, take it back into downward facing dog. All right, right foot steps forward to the hands. Now I want you to widen your stance a little bit, so just bring both hands to the inside and wiggle your right foot toward the right edge of the mat. So both hands are down. Bring both hands on the inside and make your stance really wide. It'll make you have better balance. There you go. Now, we've been talking about dropping the hips a little bit and lifting the chest. Can we do that here? Maybe even come up onto your fingertips. So the hips feel like they're compressing down and the chest is lengthening out. Yeah, very good, everyone. Now that little tweak, left hip forward, right hip back. Just see if you can get that little thing going on. Okay, belly button to the spine. Start to release down onto your palms and then soften your elbows. Yes, now tuck your right shoulder under your right knee and take your arms out like airplane wings. Yeah, there's some balance going on. Both arms out at the same time. You've got it. Eyes focused forward, spine nice and long. Make that left leg straight. You'll get way more support if the back leg is straight. Yeah, straighten this back leg and you'll be able to hold it. Lift it, really lift it. Yes. All right, put your hands back down. And then soften that left knee down. And really dip into your hips. Give yourself a really nice stretch. And you can almost feel like everything is stretching apart here. Allow yourself to feel that for a moment, and then we're going to pull it together. So this is what I consider disintegration. And we're going to move into integration, which is what we've been doing in our core the whole time, like pulling everything together. So start to lift your head and chest. Start to feel like you're pulling your legs into your hip sockets. And then sweep your arms up into a low crescent lunge. That's it. Don't be afraid to bend into the front knee. As you sink down, you're also reaching up. Okay, arms open out like a T. And then twist to the right. You can go a little deeper this time. You could even take your left hand to the outside of your right knee, left hand to the outside of the right knee, and then reach your right arm around behind you. See if you can grab your left hip or your left leg. So use the arms to assist you just a little bit. Keep lifting the chest. Activate this pose from the waistline. That's it. One more breath. Now keep that right arm grabbing behind you and sweep the left arm up by your ear. Feel the whole left side body lengthen. Take one more breath here. Reach like you mean it. Twist a little deeper. And then eyes come forward, both hands come forward and down onto the mat. Good. Tuck your left toes under and step into plank. Familiar plank, like an old friend. Exhale, lower down slowly. Inhale for cobra. And then exhale back into downward facing dog. All right. Same thing on the other side. Be gentle. Go ahead, step your left foot forward. Put the right knee down. Oh no, we don't want the knee down yet. Keep that knee lifted, but widen your stance a little bit. Both hands come to the inside. The integration, right? It takes everything. It takes mindfulness in all of your muscles, the big joints. I want you to feel your legs pulling into your hip sockets. Keep that back knee lifted. Get up high on your fingertips. Start lengthening your spine. Start to feel how all of that has a buoyancy, a lift, an inner support. Lift that pelvic floor. And then let the palms down. Let your elbows soften. Keep all of the core work and just tuck the left shoulder under the left knee. Both arms sweep out wide like a T. Take them out like wings. It helps a lot if you can get right hip forward and left hip back. Yeah, a little bit of that squaring in the hips creates balance in the pelvis. You guys are awesome. Take one last breath here and then put your hands down. Then you can put that knee down and soften. Here's that, like just let it disintegrate. No more gripping in, but like soften for just a moment. Let it go. You can even let your head down. Some of you might even drop into your forearms. Just let yourself be soft. We're going to take 2 more breaths here. And then before we make that transition up, we're going to actually have to pull it back together. So feel the legs draw into the hips. Feel the belly draw into the spine. Start to walk back up on your hands and then sweep the arms up high to the sky. That's it. And all that active energy going up also allows you space to sink down. The arms open out like a T, and you're going to twist to your left side this time. Right hand grabs the left knee. Left arm wraps behind you. Keep the chest wide open. Just let yourself feel. There's a down and an up here. Breath. Now I want you to keep that really nice wrap with the left arm, but take the right arm high, bicep to the ear. And as you reach up, don't be afraid to really reach for the sky. Keep turning that chest open to the side. One last little thing. Bend that left knee just a touch. Take one last breath. And then release it. The eyes go down, both hands come down. And we'll take a vinyasa. Tuck your right toes. Step back to plank. Feel how nice plank is. And then lower yourself down nice and slow. Inhale, cobra pose. Belly in, push back, down dog. Check in, take a moment. All right, one last breath. Let out a little sound on that exhale. And then go ahead and step the right foot forward, put the left knee back down. Happy moment. We're going to wiggle the right foot over to the left and come into a pigeon pose. That's it. Let's start with the chest up. See if we can get our hips a little more square. So it feels like the hips drop and the heart rises. Get up high on your fingertips. Get as tall as you can. 3 breaths. Move that breath through your body. Now, in your own way, in your own time, start walking your hands forward. Let your spine melt. You can lay down onto the forearms, or you can lay your whole body out, head to the floor. opportunity right here, right now, to just meet yourself exactly where you are. How are we using our yoga? How are we using our bodies? What is it that we create with this practice? One of the greatest gifts that you receive from doing this practice is that opportunity to bear witness, to see yourself, to hear your thoughts. Our thoughts become our words become our actions. So navigating the inner world that exists for each and every one of us is the first step in really being and becoming everything that we are meant to be. Let's take 2 more breaths here. As you complete this second breath, start to walk your hands back in. Your head and chest will come up as you deep breath in. And then tuck your left toes under and really gracefully and sensitively float your right leg up into the air behind you. It's a 1-leg down dog. Oh yeah, you can make a sound when you do it. Whoo! Woo-wee. Yeah. Honesty. Expression. Let it float there for a moment. You can actually turn the right hip open. You can stretch that leg in any direction. Treat yourself well. And then simply place that right foot back down. You have the option to step forward with the left or take a vinyasa in between. Some of you will be hungry for the movement in between to wipe the slate clean. Some of you are ready to go right into pigeon on the other side. So left foot steps forward, the left foot moves toward the right, left knee stays on the left side as you come on down into your hips. So you want to make sure that you didn't take your left knee to the right side of the mat. You got to keep your left knee on the left side. Yep, pick up your hips a little bit. That's it, there, much better. Now straighten the right leg behind you. You're in it. Yeah. Now let's stay up for a few breaths. See if you can get tall on your fingertips. Feel the spine lengthen, the hips drop, the heart rises. Energetically, usually quite pleasing for the body. We root down and we rise. Take 1 more inhale, and then gracefully start to melt. You can stop on the forearms if that feels good, or you can go all the way out. Lay it out flat. No judgments here. And one is not better than the other. They're just different. Start to really pay attention to what happens when you're left alone in the stillness. Are you on point? Can we reinforce the work that we came here to do? The grace that we came here to create? We're going to find our way out. We're going to do it really nice and slow. So walk your hands back in. Start to tuck your right toes behind you. And the left leg is going to float all the way up into the air in that 1-leg down dog. Oh, take it up high. You might even consider opening the left hip a little bit, really stretching the knee high. Breathe deep. When you feel complete with that release, go ahead and place your foot back down on the mat. And we'll all come through one last vinyasa before we come to seated. So come forward into plank and lower. Inhale for cobra. And then exhale back into downward facing dog. All right. In your own way, I'd like you to come down into a seated position. You can kind of drop your knees, swing your feet around. You can jump through. There's a lot of really beautiful ways to get there. But come into a seated and comfortable position. Place your left hand on your heart, your right hand on your left. 1 minute. 1 minute just to be still, just to check in. A simple pose for the body. A tremendous opportunity for your mind and your heart. Just meet yourself exactly where you are. Take a clearing breath, a really nice deep one that lifts your chest. And then open your mouth, let it out with an ah. Just clear it out. Whatever's bubbling up, just clear it out. Do it again. One more big inhale through the nose. Fill yourself with that amazing prana, life force. Open your mouth, let it free. All right. Let's keep that nice soft face. Release our hands. Place your feet on the mat in front of you, knees bent. Let the feet be at hip distance apart and the soles of the feet really flat on the mat. So the knees are bent enough that you can get the feet flat. And then I want you to push your feet down into the mat and pretend that you're gonna like squeeze your heels toward your hips, right? You feel that? The back of the legs start to take an action. Yeah, keep that real strong action in your legs. The heels dragging back toward the hips and sit up a little taller. And then extend your arms forward. See if you can lift your chest higher and draw your shoulders back. So if you could see your shoulders in front of you, I want you to pull them back so that they are away from your peripheral vision. Yeah, keep the shoulders back, keep the chest lifted, keep dragging those heels back. Looks simple, but not so easy. Now, we're going to take the hands together, and the hardest part is to not let the shoulders come forward. Keep drawing the shoulder heads back, but interlace your fingers. And then twist your body a little bit to the right. I love that. Do you guys love that? So simple. So effective. Welcome to your obliques. Right? It's the part of the core that no one talks about. It's actually the sexiest part. I guess that's an opinion. But it's that, on the waistline. It's that part, not just this part in the middle, right? Take a breath. As you exhale, go a little deeper. Then bring it to the center. Release your hands onto your knees. Let your head bow forward between your legs. Soften all of those muscles in your back. Let your belly soften. It's never too late to come on home. Come on home. Don't fear the water. All right, let's go to the other side. Activate the legs. Lengthen your spine. Extend the arms forward. Draw those shoulders back. Interlace your fingers. And start a little twist to the left side. That's it. You can hold that and breathe. Every exhale is an opportunity for you to twist in just a little tiny bit more. It's amazing how strong the body is. All of these muscles support the spine so that we can bend and twist and never hurt ourselves. Make sure your attitude is exactly where you want it to be. Don't let a pose ever take you off your game. Attitude is everything. One more breath here. Give a little twist on the exhale. You got it. And then face forward. Open your arms. And then start to round, but round your way down onto your back. Just like the ragdoll we've been doing to come up, you go one vertebra at a time, all the way down onto your back. Feels good to lay down. Go ahead and put the soles of your feet together. Let your knees drop open. Place your left hand on your heart, your right hand on your belly. And once again, it's an opportunity for you to just tune in. Check in with those thoughts, check in with the sensations of your body, and know that the yoga is the piece that pulls it all together. Yoga is about creating union. And the first thing that we need to really learn is how to unite, how to connect with ourselves. When that starts to happen, it makes it so much easier for us to connect with others. Because the truth is, there's a little bit of us in everyone. We are more alike than we are different. It might not seem like that on the surface, but at the core of what it means to be human, we are more alike than we are different. And so if we can start to recognize our own humanity, if we can start to be honest, if we can bear witness to our strength and our weakness, and we can love it all, it's going to be a little easier to love each other. Nice and easy, draw those knees back up to the center. Plant the soles of the feet firmly. Release your hands from your body. Put them down on the floor, on the mat. And then come into bridge pose. We push down to rise up. Press into the shoulders, press into the hips, and rise. Feel the front body open up. That's it. And then clasp your hands together under your back. See if you can push down a little bit more and come up just a touch higher. Give it one more breath. And then start to release your hands. As you open your arms, the shoulder blades will widen. And I want you to bring the upper back down first, then the middle back, and then slowly draw your hips down. That's it. Both knees are going to come right up into the belly. Go ahead, give yourself a squeeze. Rock a little bit side to side. And then rock yourself over to the right. You might get a little wet, it's okay. Class is almost over, you're probably going to go take a shower after, right? So if your knees get a touch wet, it's okay. Now let your chest open wide. Look out to the left. See if you can just soften. Actively watching the breath. That breath is the thing that unites everything. Every living thing on this earth participates in the breathing. Your outer world and your inner world unite. Now take your time. Come back up to the center and then over to the other side. See if you can be a little softer. And then gently, slowly, start to make your way back to center. We'll stay in the center this time and release the arms out, release the legs down. And know that you have actually made it to the ultimate pose. I know we joke. Some of us say, oh, I'm only coming for Shavasana. And we joke because then we just get to lay there. But the truth is, this is one of the most profound poses that we do in the practice. There is no distraction. There's no movement to articulate. We are truly in a space of being able to connect. Mind, body, and spirit. This is where we really get to be, where we get to embody our yoga, where the practice takes a hold in our mind, where our thoughts begin to shift and our body remembers. Draw your attention back in and notice the stillness. And then on purpose, start to animate the breath. Start to make the breath a little bit bigger. Make it match your intention. Did you come here to soften your edges? Did you come here to get empowered and feel your strength? Did you come here to release anger? I don't know. Everyone comes to the mat with their own story, their own experience. And my hope is that we can neutralize and we can create the mindset and the feeling in our bodies that we really want to be. So it starts right now when we go from this clean slate, even the way we breathe, the way we move and stretch and come back to seated, all of it should be an embodiment of how we face this day. So take your time. You can start to move. In this moment, we show the world how our yoga works. Eventually, we all come and sit together. Take the music down. And we can bring our hands together. We call it Namaskarasana. It's like what we say, the gesture that we use when we say namaste. Namaste is really simple but profound statement. We say it at the end of the practice because what we're actually saying is not like, hey, like we're saying like, I see myself, and in bearing witness to all that is in me, I acknowledge that that is also in you. It is the acknowledgement of our humanity. It's like if I'm really willing to look at myself, then I can actually open my heart, my eyes, my consciousness to what is in you. It is a huge acknowledgement of each other. It is one of the most beautiful things. So we'll close our practice today with one Om, one beautiful sound of Om, and then a Namaste. When you're ready, fill your lungs. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. Perfect peace. My wish is that there's little bit more peace on this planet. And if we begin to see ourselves in each other, that could be an amazing first step. I thank you all so much for your practice today. And I truly mean it when I say to you, Namaste. Happy Saturday, everybody. Go be what you want to be in the world. Be it with everything that you are, every breath you take, every movement you make, every gesture, every word, every thought. Embrace it. We have a choice. Each and every day, we wake up, we get to start again. Do we have flyers or any of that stuff here today? Yeah? So if anyone is, I need you to sign in. Come forward for the clipboards. And then I have some passes for the studio. If any of you have not been to Yoga Journey Studio is in the Wyndham Hotel. We're located right by 95 and Glades. You can also get there from Military and 19th. It's an amazing property right here in Boca Raton. We are the home of not only my studio Yoga Journey, but Farmer's Table Restaurant and also Tren Tea, an organic loose tea lounge on the second floor. The property is infused with love every which way you can imagine. So if you haven't been to the studio, I would love to invite you. I have passes, and I also have an email list if you want to find out what's happening at the studio or even what's happening in the community. I only send newsletters twice a month, one from me personally and one from the studio. So if you're interested in staying in touch and you're new to the park, please come.